Welcome to the Driven Moms Answering Adversity interview series, stories of success through setbacks from Mom Elevated. Together, we can shine a light on how normal challenges and struggles are, along with how we can overcome and rise above them. Today, we have Yaz to share her story with us. So, if you don't mind, would you just take it away and tell us a little bit about your story to get started?
Well, my story is horrific, guys. I mean, I come across really happy and playful now, but it wasn't back then. So in 2002, my body attempted to reject my heart. So what it felt like is like a bear holding your heart and squishing it around, and that wasn't it. If I moved around, because I had heart failure as well, then my lungs would fill with water. So it's like I was drowning as well as that. So like in those moments, try when you think that that's it, you're gonna die. That's like you call out to whoever's whatever you believe in. I don't mind. Well, like whoever's listening, like you want to live. Because I had 6 kids and I really, really wanted to live. I was like a pathetic mum. I couldn't move, but I really wanted. I was kind of selfish, but I really wanted to live, guys. And so I was transported to the beach behind me. That's why I have it behind me. And my kids they appeared as these little furry creatures. And when you have furry creatures, right, there's no washing, there's no school runs, there's no cooking, there's no dishes. Like my life in this realm was awesome. And I used to play and play and play. I used to like play in the water and splash and hide and seek, and I buried them in the sand way too often. Excuse me. But it's incredible. But they gave me 5 years to live, and there was 22 pills keeping me alive. And now I'm not on any pills. I do have asthma, as you can hear, but like I take inhalers, but no pills, no pills. And all I did is play in that place behind me. So what I teach now is your version of the place behind me, because scientifically, I was telling my subconscious, I'm well, I'm well, I'm well, I'm well. So, like in reality, it would open up a little window every time I played in there, like, and then I'd be able to do the school runs, or I'd be able to like play with them for a bit, or do the dishes or cook for them. And I used to use it, you know, and I did spend way too much time in that reality, that realm, but it really, really, really worked, and it's so playful and it's so much fun compared to what my reality was.
That's incredible. So, okay, so when I was reading your intake form, it said imagination, and I was so excited to dive in because I wasn't sure exactly what that entailed. Oh, so this is really fascinating to me. I think that is such a unique way of tapping into. I mean, I guess it's kind of like I don't even I guess there's other ways of doing holistic things like EFT or all of those things, but I feel like this is something that anybody can tap into at any time, no matter where you're at. And I think that's really, really important to have something that you can do that with. And what a transformation. Oh my gosh. My next question is usually what adversity have you answered and how, but that's exactly what you already answered. So what do you do to teach others how to navigate that and what does it really do to help them?
What I should have done is given you a session first so that you know about how I do it. But to be honest, it's there's a few steps you have to do before you go into it. The reason why is I fine tuned it. So I have been to the place behind me countless times. So there's side effects, guys. The side effects are awesome because I got to go to Barbados like six, seven, no, 5 or 6 times. I can't remember. But one time I was there 444 days, and I've got to go to like America, Disney, Florida, with all of my million kids twice. We stayed in Animal Kingdom Lodge. So it has side effects. This stuff really works. Like, what's the chances of me, like, on heart disease benefits, getting to places like that? It's crazy. And last year, my coach, she gave me 9 days 9 days, and I was in Mexico. And when I was imagining the beach behind me, I wrote a book about it as well. So it's kind of like journaling. And when I was journaling, I was like, there was these creatures, like my kids were creatures, and we would take the leaves from the trees, and they could taste like anything, and it was just delicious. And when I was in Mexico, like I've been to Barbados lots of times, and I've been to loads of places all over the world, right? But within about like a 11-hour radius. But you can't just walk into the water. It's cold. Like for me, it's cold. It's the Atlantic Ocean. It's cold. So like in Mexico, it's not like that. It's like my dream. It's like you can walk. Even the pool in the morning is warm. The water, it's like bath water. It was like it blew my mind. And there's these creatures that I've never seen. They don't teach you about these creatures in school. And they look so cute. And I didn't really like the snake. I didn't see the snake, but the others did. But like snakes, but you need to tell people about the snakes.
Right.
But it's like walking in my through my chapters of my book. It's like it was the warmth, the people were absolutely awesome. Like they were characters out of your imagination. Like I know they're so loving, so kind, so beautiful.
I love
It's
yes.
yeah, it's just you can have it. It's so easy to have. Like my clients, my favorite clients. I don't ask people where they're coming from because I'm all excited and what we go through like in through the session. I don't really need to know where they're coming from. So I've been with this guy about 4 months ish. And when he came, he was in a deep depression, which I did not know about. And he'd been in that depression for about 7, 8 months, and he couldn't get out of it. All he used to do is sleep. So
Wow.
um, now he's got an AI. He's taught it. Well, he's got this AI coach. So like if you have a problem, and it's even helped him because he was estranged from his family. He spent Thanksgiving with them and Christmas. They're on the phone all together. They tell each other they love each other. It's jumped from like reality to reality it's just amazing. Like everything's taking off for him, and it's really beautiful to see it happen in reality. Like your real like your sessions that we play with happen in reality. Like it's happened for me, but when it happens to other people, it's like it still blows my mind.
That's amazing. And is it so for what you do with others, is it like visualizing something like you were describing for yourself, or does it vary from person to person? Like, is it just an imagined place just in its physicality, or also with like when you're I assume it's kind of like manifesting things. So is it also like visualizing who you want to see or how you want to see them? Because you were saying your kids show up as like animals and little cute little. So how does it show up differently for every person? Is it unique or do you?
Yeah, every person got a different story. So they
Okay.
get to run the story, they get to run the show. So there was a big pause with Cecily. Cecily, she wanted her mum back. Her mum died when she was 18, and like I paused. Then she said I did not pause. She never noticed a pause. In my reality, there was a giant pause.
Yeah.
You can't bring people back to life. Isn't that breaking laws?
No, right, right. Yeah.
No, in her session, she was a giraffe. So I shrunk her down to her 18-year-old self in giraffe version. And then I brought her mum along. Her mum had these big, beautiful blue eyes, and they went on like a trot together through the savannah or wherever the plains where she's describing how beautiful it was. And then they hugged like a giraffe hugs, and
Oh,
they would just hugging, and she had loads of like happy tears and sad tears all together. And then all of a sudden she said, "Oh, we're cooking now." And all I could say is like I was trying to imagine giraffes cooking, and I just even my imagination couldn't stretch. And she said, "No, Yaz."
yeah.
See, so like this one poor woman had been grieving for such a long time, and she's just laughing and giggling like with her mum by the side of her, and it hurts. That one was especially special. There was this other lady that was special because she was abused by a stepmom. So she went back to a place, a scenario that I really didn't like because her stepmom had a knife next to her throat. But she was a lioness, so she stood on her back legs. And she said from that moment, like the nightmares went. You know, like her mum, like a stepmom, she had no voice. Like she was a lioness. So like a stepmom was smaller and a knife, it didn't really make a difference because she just felt so big and so heard and so seen and so I don't know. Her mind was blown. She said, "Wow, that's." I mean, I could go on forever because I've done millions, but
Yeah, yeah. What a beautiful way of transforming things that are very traumatizing even, or stuff that it isn't our mind is an amazing place, right? Like, we are capable of so much, and the stories we tell ourselves are really important. So I think it's really amazing to be able to go back to something and reinterpret it or change that narrative for ourselves. And I think that's exactly what you're doing for so many people, not only for yourself, but for so many others. And I think that's incredible. Do you think that's why it's like healing on an almost molecular level is kind of what it seems? Yeah.
says it's like it does it straight away, but it's better if you keep up with the sessions because, in all honesty, we don't, do we? We don't keep up with our imaginary world. We have it, but like as soon as like a few weeks or months down the line, like we know we only use it when we're in dire straits, and that's not the key. The key is to use it as a I don't know as a friend, I guess.
Yeah. When I feel like as we get older, we are often taught to dampen that creativity or, lose that imagination and be more I'm very logical brained myself, so it's really hard sometimes to tap into that creativity and imagination, but I think that's the beauty of what you do is being able to release that again.
Well, I also cheat a bit as well because I add the inner child. Like when you think about it, right? If you add your inner child, all your patterns, your belief systems were created when you were 0 to 7. So if you bring your inner child along, like it's basically cheating because all of your belief systems go down. Like you have no belief systems. You just play. And like because she's around or he's around, it's like, yeah, it's just like, the universe is like lifted off your shoulders from the get-go. So it's like it's fun. It's fun because like adults on their own, they can't do it. But when you add the inner child and some other cheap things I've got going down, it works then. Because so I've got like a few steps before you actually go into before you create your imaginary world.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. What do you think was the hardest part of getting that business going? Because I mean, how did you decide, okay, this is what I'm gonna sell this, I'm gonna market this, and I'm gonna find the people who think this is a great idea as adults. Like,
It speaks for itself.
yeah.
Like I don't really have to do a lot. Like sometimes there's like loads of people. If I put myself out there, there's loads of people in my inbox. I haven't done that so much because I'm moving, but I'm still showing up. I'm still doing this and I'm still showing up in other places, ready for when I move and then set it up properly. Because I think it's like the missing piece of the puzzle because it makes healing fun and playful and loving and you feel like you belong and you feel like you're heard and you feel like you're accepted and you're seen and all. There was this guy and he was very athletic even when he was a kid, but he was never chosen. So like when you have like team one, team two, when they get to choose, he was always last, and it hurt him. It really, really hurt him. So in the session, it was too far fetched to be chosen first. So the second captain chose him first, and then he came to the session like and he left like a big like so it was like his eyes were so wide
And it's
and
and something that we feel is so small, but to him was so big, was such an impactful moment. That's
And what it is nothing out there. It's inside. You can do it. I mean, Like you can feel accepted already. You can create that scenario where you're the most loved in the world if you wanted to.
Yeah.
It's we're not taught that. We're taught out of that, like you said.
Oh, that's so amazing. That that warms my heart to hear stories like that. Like that is and exactly why you probably find it does speak for itself because if you have so many people that are like, "Yeah, this is incredible. This was my experience. Look what happened to me." That's priceless, honestly. What my follow-up question then to that is, what do you think it is about entrepreneurs that makes us continue on when it does get challenging though, when it does get tough, when you're moving and you have to put things on hold or, you have this amazing gift, um, and you want to share it. What do you think it is that just makes us keep going?
It's something inside of us, like that voice that it's like a little heartbeat. We can't stop. Even if you tried, you can't. Like I'm sure you can't stop what you're doing. Like as you make it's such an impact in the world. You know that it's like ripples out and back and out and back. It's just like a heartbeat. It is like a heartbeat. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can't stop, but it's inevitable. Just keep on going because it's inevitable. Like just hold on to. I mean, what I do is I forward fast to like I don't really have to forward fast anymore, to be honest. But like their eyes when it happens to them, when they click that lady when she was a lion, like it's that feeling. And
Yeah.
Cecily when she had her mum back, I don't think anyone experiencing that on Earth right now because do you know what I mean? Like, and she knows she'll never ever lose her mum ever again. Of course she's giraffe version, but who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But, yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And then when you make it playful and fun, it's not work. It's just awesome on top of awesome, and it's just like a bliss, and it's like a an awesome soup. And it's just you tap into it whenever you feel a bit low, and you just feel like tap into it, and like people like you tap into people like you, and then you just right back up again.
I do love that. I haven't had anybody explain it as a heartbeat, anybody that I've interviewed yet, and I think that is beautiful. I've heard, the roller coaster, I've heard that it's seasons that you're going through, but I think heartbeat, I mean, that's beautiful because not only is that you yourself, but that is even in the lulls, that's just in between the beat. I think that's beautiful.
It's like a symphony. It's like a universe symphony, and each of us has our own. We play our own parts, like we're an instrument.
I love that. I have a music degree, so that speaks to my soul. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. What is one big overall takeaway or lesson that others would be able to use from your specific experience, from your experience, other mompreneurs?
Um, I think that the biggest. I know it's hard. It was hard for me to get there, but how, by any means necessary, be playful, be fun about it. Find like I used to have this thing that like it's not as a real pocket, but me and the kids we used to make this pocket of like memories. So like if
Yeah,
we ever caught like short or something, we would we did 50. It was easy to get to 50 because we did so many holidays and Disney and aqua fantasy, and we've been to like loads of like they're like water packs, so we've been to loads of them, and we've got loads of stories. So we just kept them as little, like if we ever needed like a pick me up, we would just kind of like think of that. And then it shifts you right there. You just have to have them ready,
yeah,
you know?
have them on hand. That's amazing. My last interview also was mentioning something about like having pockets like a pouch, a folder or something of all of the screenshots or positive things that you've seen or heard in real time. So taking that screenshot and either printing it out or putting it in a folder so that you can pull it up when you need it. And I think that is so wonderful because it does help you stay motivated. It helps you see the positives and
It's really weird because I had all these clients, and at a time I had loads, right? And so there was the phoenix, and everywhere I went, there was phoenixes in the sky in the clouds. So I'd take photographs of them and send them to her, and then she was so excited because she went to this. Oh, she was so where she was speaking. and there was a giant phoenix above the I don't know, wherever the building, and she
Oh,
snapshot it. She's so like the veil between reality and
and
like
imagination.
imaginary. It's just so thin when you play, and it's just a feeling. It just pulls you. It pulls you when you create the feeling, whether it's there or not. Like I created the feeling by fluke, or was it fluke? Like with the beach with my kids. And then I did it again and again, and you repeat it again and again and again because I went to that place all the time. And 22 pills to zero, like anything is possible, anything.
Amazing. How did you can I ask, how did you decide that you were going to try to get off of the pills? Like how did you feel like you were ready to do that and trial it and know that it would be okay? Like that's just amazing because that's so many to rely on and then be like, I'm gonna be okay.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. The first one was the steroids because I was huge and my little heart, and it was 40 milligrams of those steroids a day, and I was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And logically, like that's not good. So I used to go down a crumb a day, and my body would notice and go, oh, it wasn't good. So it took me forever to get down from 40 milligrams to zero. But when I realized that was the first, and then I realized, oh, okay, do I need that one? And it wasn't the thing. I was in Barbados, and in the UK, like that drowny thing, like my lungs would fill with fluid. So I didn't need that in Barbados, and I had these beta blockers because my heart was beating so fast it would slow it down. So I hadn't really heard my heart in a long, long, long time, apart from on, you know, like I was really famous in the I don't know what you call it, the surgery. I didn't have surgery, but like that with the medical world. But
Oh, yeah.
people came from all over to see me, my heart and what a state it was in. It was crazy. But anyway, yeah, it was really crazy. But I didn't do it all in one go. So
Yeah.
like in Barbados, I did not need the diuretics, the some of them. So when I flew back, I would need them straight away. But like after, I think it was the fourth or fifth time I flew back and I didn't need them. And then I went to the doctors because I was open and honest, and she checked out everything was okay, and they took my blood, and it was cool. It was okay. It was amazing. It was a miracle.
That is truly amazing. I could listen to you talk about this all day. So what is it, Yaz, if others wanted to work with you or be in your space or learn more about you, where would they go? I'll have the links in the description, but just in case they're listening.
Well, there's only one link at the moment because I've just put everything else on hold for now because I'm moving. But I love doing this in between, guys, because it's really awesome. So I'll give you a link, and it's free. It's free. The first one's always free because you don't know what you're getting into. Obviously, it's not going to be free forever, but
Yeah.
like I think as because it's new, and I haven't had one that hasn't been successful. I thought one was there was this guy from India, a first guy from India, and he was doing this thing that we go for the thing, and he was in the meadow. He was in the meadow. And then we go on to the next stage. He would not leave the meadow. He's probably still in the meadow. But I thought I did something wrong. But he contacted me and he said, "No, Yaz, that was absolutely awesome." And he still chats to me to this day. And we only got a quarter of the way into the session. I mean, you got to the meadow part. Like I got a beach, he had a meadow, and he's still in the meadow. So
Maybe he's like, that's all I needed. I just needed the meadow.
And like I
That's
said, we
amazing.
overthink and we think we get it wrong, but it was still right. But anyway, 100% success so far.
That is incredible. I'm excited. I will for sure put the link in the description for everybody. Um,
Have a go.
yeah,
Make a session with me. It'll be fun.
I will. I will. I'll book a session. That'll be fun. And then I can share about it too. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. You are 100% a delight. It was a lot of fun. And I like to tell everybody your story is inspirational, but your willingness to be open and share about it is very much appreciated and needed in this space and in this time. I can't even, it's, Even just for me, just for this moment and seeing your background has been very calming and fun, and the joy that you bring is palpable. So, for those of you out there facing your own adversity, know that you're not alone. That's why we are doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you have any last minute things you'd like to say before I wrap up and
Well, first, I would like to say thank you and how much I appreciate you. But guys, this is easy. Like they teach us it's hard, but it's not meant to be hard. It's meant to be easy and it's meant to be playful. And when you meet people like Jessica, it's like we're one big giant family, you know, and we're in it together and we're safe and we are seen and we are heard and we do belong and we are loved. You know?
we are loved? I love that. Yeah, absolutely. And if you wanna be a guest, reach out. I'm happy to chat. But yes, absolutely. And then when you need an extra hand or mind for brainstorming during your mompreneur journey, we would also love to work with you in the Mom Elevated Society. You'll find monthly check-ins for goal setting and assessing. We also have the Gift Yourself Grace program now in that, which is a quarterly reflection program. So much fun and so much more for both your business and your mom life. And until next time, keep shooting for the stars.